Two questions that we'll debate on debate number 2. How is bullying nationalism? And why does the film fraternity not have the confidence in the current state government that they go to bullies to try and pacify them but don't turn to the state government? That's the question that's going to hurt some of our panelists this evening. We'll ask the others too, because they've all been party to this bullying exercise in the past. Clyde Crasto of the NCP, good evening. Rahul Easwar, Mayank Shekhar, Vivek Agnihotri, good evening, gentlemen. And to the ladies, Shaina NC, leader of the BJP, and Manisha Kayande, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, sitting right next to me here in the Mumbai studio. Navika, and the first question has to be to the Shiv Sena. How is it, Manisha Kayande, that Shah Rukh Khan went to Raj Thackeray when the Shiv Sena and the BJP are in power?
I think that the BJP government in the state is totally responsible for it, because during Aidil Hai Mushkil, when the chief minister had to intervene, and then it was such an embarrassing moment for the chief minister that, you know, that worked out. I mean, what transacted, who gave whom what, we don't know. That is left to everybody's imagination. But since a precedent was set, and that is how this is the same technique that is being some extra constitutional power.
Who has more seats in the assembly between you and the MNS?
Well, it's here. It's
who
not
has
the
more
question
seats
of the seat.
in the corporation and in Mumbai between you and the MNS?
Well, it is not a corporation issue.
No, I'm just saying you are also a party in power.
Yeah.
You also have wielded a certain amount of clout, political clout. How is it that the film fraternity is not approaching the Shiv Sena?
Well,
what the BJP does, we'll ask them. But I'm just saying, how is it that it's not approaching the Shiv Sena, but it is going to pacify Raj Thackeray?
If you remember, the Shiv Sena stand was always very clear. Since last 40 years, we have always been against Pakistani cricketers, Pakistani actors, actresses coming here. I mean, we always want that. Why not? Why not? Is there a dearth of people here, artists here? No.
Are you no longer
I mean, why should always why should always the Shiv Sena, you know, carry this whole thing on their shoulders?
So you're trying to say
every individual should
that
feel
you have passed on the bullying, tactic and the bullying responsibility and duties to the MNS, and you no longer do that. Is that what you're saying?
We want the people of the country to think. I mean, whether you should watch movies having Pakistani artists, let even the people decide. I mean, every time the Shiv Sena is taken, and then we bear the burn for it.
But the Shiv
people
Sena
call us by names.
The Shiv Sena has always stood for the people of Maharashtra, you know, and they've stood for Mumbaikars, right? So, is the film fraternity, are they not Mumbaikars?
No,
why is it that the Mumbaikars, like a Mumbaikar like Shah Rukh Khan, did not come to the Shiv Sena and say, I don't want any, please ensure that there is no law and order. Please ensure our release is not disturbed. Why is it they did not go to BJP is another question. I'm saying, why didn't they come to the Shiv Sena? Why did they go to Raj?
That's not a question for heartburn for us. Like, why they didn't come to us.
No, but you would want to think that you would want the people of Mumbai to come to you or the BJP.
See, the traders came to us. When there was demonetization, the traders have come. The goldsmiths, they were agitated, they came to us. I mean, it's the general public. It may be any union.
So the film fraternity is not general public?
No. Film fraternity
the Badshah of Bollywood goes across to Raj Thackeray, but does not come to the government.
The precedent was laid by the Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis, who had to intervene and get embarrassed himself during Aidil Hai Mushkil, and somewhere...
So blame it on you, Shaina. That's what Shiv Sena is saying. Blame it on you.
So Shaina NC, the question goes out to you willy-nilly. Somebody who's worked with you for a long time, the Shiv Sena, actually puts the blame on your doorstep. Forget the Congress party, it's even the Shiv Sena that is saying that Devendra Fadnavis has ceded ground. He has said that go to extra constitutional authorities. It's not in my hands, because when Aidil Hai Mushkil was in trouble, I organized a meeting for law and order with Raj Thackeray. Now you can bypass me and directly go to Raj Thackeray. He will decide who's going to promote the film, whether the Pakistani actors are going to come to India or not, whether they will promote the film or not, whether there will be law and order that will be maintained in the state of Maharashtra. All of that will be decided by Raj Thackeray. Devendra Fadnavis has outsourced that activity of administration and law and order keeping to Raj Thackeray. Is that the position, Shaina NC?
Absolutely not. What is your question and what is this debate today? The debate is that why did Shah Rukh Khan go to meet Raj Thackeray? I think you're better off asking a film star why he chose to go and meet a politician and what the reference to
No, he simply went there. Don't you know, Shaina NC, why he went? Because it was there in the soundbite of Raj Thackeray. He came out and said, Raj Thackeray came out and said that Mahira Khan will not promote the film. That's the decision taken. So he was taking the decision on whether the film will be promoted by a Pakistan actor, whether that Pakistani actor will get law and order security in the state of Maharashtra. All of that was decided by Raj Thackeray.
What is the prerogative of the government? Navika, you've asked me a question. Please have the patience to listen to my answer. Our answer is absolutely clear. When it comes to a law and order situation, it is the fundamental duty of the state government, if legitimate permissions were given, and in this case they were given. We have time and again said, in retrospective, we cannot stall.
But why is there a lack of confidence in that assurance, Shaina NC? That's what it shows.
Here on,
that's what it shows. Doesn't that show that? No,
please
Shaina,
give me a minute.
Shaina, I'm saying you have your argument.
Firstly, we have said time and again
your argument at all points in time
is not entitled to export terror.
Nobody is talking about Pakistan right now.
As a country,
we are talking about a Mumbaikar, somebody who has ruled the roost in the Hindi film industry for many years, in fact decades. He actually decides to go and meet Raj Thackeray about the performance and the promotion at the presence of a Pakistani actor, but does not show the confidence.
Don't be like your predecessor and have the opportunity and the patience to listen to somebody.
You can quote whoever you want, ma'am, but the Newshour will ask uncomfortable questions. It has always asked uncomfortable questions. It will continue to ask that. So please appreciate that. I am asking you, Shaina NC, why aren't you worried, Shaina NC? Isn't this question pricking you, Shaina?
One second.
Shaina, hear me. Shaina, one short question. This is the question you need to answer. Isn't it pricking the party and the government? Why didn't Shah Rukh Khan come to us? Aren't you asking yourself that question?
Exactly. For what? We're not even bothered. It's not even an issue.
So you're not even bothered about Shah Rukh Khan? You're not even bothered about Raees? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? You're not even bothered about the fact that there is a certain fraternity that is feeling intimidated because of the bullying tactics of a party which is a fringe party, does not have even 0.4% of the electorate?
An aspiring politician or somebody who's trying to resurrect himself is for reasons best.
So why are you giving that? Why are you allowing that person that platform? The fact that somebody has to go and appease them, the fact that somebody tells the film fraternity, you donate 5 crore rupees to the army welfare front, and the chief minister says nothing about it, and it becomes a huge issue that this is how Mandavli was done. Isn't that embarrassing, Shaina NC?
Permissions. In this case, there are. Here on, clearly there's no
Clyde Crasto. Shaina is not going to answer this question.
Because we've chosen to have an isolated
Ladies and gentlemen, on the Newshour tonight, Shaina NC will not answer this straightforward question. Why doesn't it urge the BJP that the film fraternity is turning to a bully and not to the government?
Opinion on the issue, probably they felt left out.
Well, if Shaina allows me to speak, I can
give solidarity and show solidarity.
Sounds very nice, but Shah Rukh Khan went to the bully. He didn't go to the government.
I'll tell you.
We don't need
Shah Rukh Khan went to the bully. He didn't go to the government.
Solidarity?
My thing is, why does Shah Rukh Khan have to go to anybody? The question here is,
a bully who has no power.
Navika, the question here is,
consolation to Shah Rukh Khan to answer these questions as to why.
Navika, the question here is, why does Shah Rukh Khan have to go to anybody?
Shaina NC,
I mean, he is a Mumbaikar. Why does he have to go to anybody? He does not need to go to anybody, either they are in the government or whatever, for the simple reason that the point 2 to this is that if the chief minister, or who's also the home minister, had given enough assurance that there is safety in this city, you can be safe in this city, I don't see whether you are the Bollywood of Basha or you're a common man on the street, I don't see why he has to be worried about the whole thing.
You were around in 2009?
Yes, I know.
You were around in 2009?
Yes.
You were around when Makeup Sit happened?
Yes,
you were around when Karan Johar had to apologize? You were around at that time?
I have answers.
What was being done at that time?
I have answers. I will answer you.
Other instances. Their party destroyed the pitch in Wankhede. You were around at that time. What happened
when my name is Khan?
What happened then?
Are you going to listen to me?
Yeah.
When My Name is Khan was released, the Home Minister, the late R.R. Patil, gave assurance to the citizens of Mumbai that you go and watch the movie, we will take care of you. Has the CM given any assurance? Wake Up Sid was another instance. Karan Johar on his own free will went there. But at the same time, there was an assurance
so
given.
Shah Rukh Khan, when Shah Rukh Khan goes, it is because it is pressure of the bully. When Karan Johar goes, it is of his own free will. So when the government changes, the narrative changes. Clyde Crasto, so when the government changes, the narrative changes. So today the Congress is turning around and questioning Devendra Fadnavis.
Has the CM given an assurance?
Of course the CM
When has he given assurance? Show me.
You have not heard the assurance.
No, show
the CM has given the assurance.
No,
but
prove me wrong.
Show
me the assurance.
You asked
where has he given he brokered a deal which he shouldn't have done in the first place.
Now the fact
he should have nipped it in the bud. He should have given assurance to the film fraternity that I don't do all this brokering. If you want to release your film, you do so and I will assure you safety. Did he assure that? He went ahead and brokered a deal. There was no need to broker a deal. Also the fact is there is never an assurance that there's going to be peace between India and Pakistan. Okay? So at that point of time, he should have given an assurance. There was no assurance from the Chief Minister.
Shaina NC, 2-3
Take back your words, Clyde Crasto. Don't use words like brokering.
Why not?
Do you know the meaning of brokering?
Yes.
What the Chief Minister did if a delegation comes to seek his assurance that the film can be released, that's all he did.
No, but why the 5 crores? What was the need to ask for 5 crores?
If the Producers Guild called him,
so he should have said no to it.
If
you have the responsibility of stating facts correctly, Clyde Crasto. Don't misrepresent.
I'm not misrepresenting anything. No, absolutely not. It has been written everywhere. It has been proved. Your channel has been saying it. Your channel has been saying it.
So let me get this question straight and clear across to Shaina NC. Shaina NC, the reason this question is being asked, Shaina NC, is because a precedent has been set. When Ae-Dil-e-Mushkil was to be released, Devendra Fadnavis, in his enthusiasm to get law and order right in his state, he didn't want to take a chance. He actually reached out to Raj Thackeray, got a meeting set between Karan Johar and Raj Thackeray, and got an extra constitutional authority.
Guild. Navika, get your facts correct.
I would like to put in a point over here.
Well, my question to you is, Shaina NC, if I'm a filmmaker, Shaina NC, if I'm a filmmaker and tomorrow in my film, I have to use the word
law and order situation.
Yes. So what did I say?
Shaina NC, if tomorrow I make a film, and let me take that question to Vivek Agnihotri. Vivek Agnihotri, tomorrow if you have to make a film where the word Bombay is used, you will need permission from the Shiv Sena, you will need permission from the MNS. If tomorrow you want to make a film on the 1984 riots, you will need permission from the Congress party. If tomorrow you want to make a film on demonetization, you will need to get permission from the BJP. Now, are all these political parties going to decide what kind of film that you want to make and what kind of words you want to use, what kind of actors you have to take, and not only what actors, who will promote the film will also be decided by political parties? Are you heading into that kind of a situation, Vivek Agnihotri?
Okay, see, as far as I am concerned, I don't care and I am not scared of anyone. But the thing is, my problem is that somebody bullies you. My complaint is with the film industry per se, with the actors, the directors, the filmmakers. See, when the people start bullying you, why do you succumb to them? Once you start succumbing to bullying or any kind of extortion or whatever it is, I don't know, everybody has an agenda, all political parties have an agenda. But once you make it a practice, then film after they bully you and you go and say sorry to them or you compromise with them. I think this matter was solved. I think this matter was settled with the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and he promised, and whatever happened transpired. They said we'll give 5 crores and all. Again, this thing has come into limelight. Now the thing is, there is a meeting which is a private meeting. What I really don't understand is why it's been hyped so much. What is behind that? It's beyond my comprehension. And I think the film industry folks also have to take a stand. And I think they have to be fearless. They have to have the courage to stand up and say, okay, fine, you don't want our film to release, we won't release it. Let's see how long they can bully you.
Mayank Shekhar, come into the debate. Rahul Easwar after that. Yeah. Mayank Shekhar, where do you stand on this?
Sure. I mean, to get the facts straight, to the best of my knowledge, the meeting that took place in the case of Ae-Dil-e-Mushkil was supposed to be between the Producers Guild and the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister decided to have Mr. Thackeray over Okay. Now, when you do such a thing, clearly, Mr. Thackeray stops being an extra constitutional authority or stops being a bully. He's very much, a person who you will need to, in that case, in future, a precedence has been set where you know that, you need to kind of speak to him in case he has a problem. Some problems can happen on the street too. So, after Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, I was not even vaguely surprised that Shah Rukh Khan would reach out to him, because as it turned out in the previous case, he was given audience with the Chief Minister and the Producers Guild. So he stops being that extra constitutional figure. Now, when you've done that, it stops being an M&S thing at all. It's about any other film and whatever issues that you may have. Now, any political party, any political outfit can have an issue with it. Now, would you keep going door to door asking for permission for what you can run in your film or not? So it stops becoming about this one particular incident. I think it's much larger than that. And I think that precedent that was set in Ae Dil Hai Mushkil's case, even Karan Johar apologizing for that matter on TV, is something that's going to irk us in times to come. And this is the second thing that's happened. And I think more of this is going to happen because that precedence or the standard or the norm has been set now.
Rahul Easwar, is Raj Thackeray the big bully who needs to decide which film is going to be put on air, which actor is going to promote a film, which words will be used, whether the word Mumbai is used or Bombay is used, he will decide. I mean, is this the job of somebody who's not even got a single seat in the Assembly of Maharashtra to decide? Are we giving too much of a constitutional power to Raj Thackeray?
Let us not
given to him by people through elections?
Let us not demean Raj Thackeray or any party. Artists cannot be insensitive to public sentiments. And Raj Thackeray is airing a section of public sentiments against Pakistani artists. I think we should appreciate Shah Rukh Khan because he was gracious to reach out to Hindu right or Marathi right groups. And he is a bridge builder. King Khan is loved by all. He's a great symbol of India. So he was doing some kind of a bridge building exercise, reaching out different sections of people.
Rahul Easwar, you don't need to sit on the fence and put some candy on this side and put some candy on that side. That's not going to work. Rahul Easwar, tell me this. If the MNS has a problem, if political parties have a problem and they want to take a stand on nationalism, should they threaten theatre owners? Should they threaten damage? Should they threaten that we will beat you up, we'll beat fellow Indians up? We will damage and we will stall your release. We will come and we will physically intimidate you. We'll break down theatres. How is that nationalism? How is that echoing public sentiment? Or should they have turned around and urged the people, don't watch the movie?
Can we overlook and
what can be overlooked?
Sentiment in
What
Indian
can be overlooked, Rahul Easwar?
and Pakistan?
What Gundaism can be overlooked? Damaging public property can be overlooked. Threatening a fellow Indian can be overlooked.
See, nobody
all in the guise of nationalism.
But having said that, nobody supports violence. Having said that, there is an overwhelming public
having
sentiment.
said what? Nobody promotes violence, but it's okay to break down a few theatres, intimidate a few people, rob them of their livelihood, intimidate distributors.
Unfortunate incidents.
No. So where was Raj Thackeray when the movie was being shot? If they always believed that Pakistani actors should not act in Hindi film fraternity, where was Raj Thackeray then? Where was Rahul Easwar then? Where was the sentiment of nationalism then? You went and watched Pakistani actors released before the Uri attacks happened. It is after that suddenly your nationalism came up.
So there is right now an overwhelming sentiment.
So why didn't you ask these questions of Raj Thackeray, saying where was his nationalist sentiment when Pakistani actors were put on huge billboards all across Mumbai? He might even have watched the movies. He might even have watched the movies in 2014, in 2013. So this nationalism suddenly germinated.
But having said that, when the Pakistani ministry is threatening India with a nuclear strike, how can we be
So this is the first time they have threatened that? This is the first time they have threatened that?
No, right now.
So you didn't turn around and ask Raj Thackeray, what is this confused nationalism? Suddenly you believe ahead of the civic body elections, we need to flex some muscle, we need to get some traction. Otherwise, we will not even win a single seat. We are already down to zero. We will be in decimals.
Which has been expressed even in Kerala.
So Rahul Easwar, ask the hard questions of Raj Thackeray today. Ask the hard questions of political parties who are being bullies. Don't sit on the fence and throw cookies on this side and that side.
My point is, Rahul Easwar, the question is, there was in the middle of Ae Dil Hai Mushkil and Rais, there is another film with a Pakistani actor that came, Dear Zindagi. It had a Pakistani actor in it. No song and dance was made about that film. It released, it came, it went. Nobody batted an eyelid. Why is a statement now once again being made by Rais, which is a Shah Rukh Khan film? And why is Raj Thackeray somebody who's going to give permission? Why did Raj Thackeray not bat an eyelid when Dear Zindagi came? Why did he not raise his nationalism then? Is it convenient nationalism, or is it publicity hungry politicians who are looking for filmmakers and film actors to actually come and bow before them? Is it all about publicity, Rahul Easwar?
That's an unfortunate way of looking at it. They all love Ghulam Ali, but when Ghulam Ali came to Kerala, there were protests because the situation has changed. We all love the artist, but having said that, we cannot ignore public sentiments on such a scale.
Rahul Easwar, public sentiment was against terrorism and those who aid and abet terrorism. But let me tell you, political parties like the MNS, political parties like the MNS and the Shiv Sena have always had it as part of their policy that they are anti-Pakistan, irrespective of terrorism or not, right? So they have always had this. They have always
had the stand. This was not just yesterday, today, 2013 and 14. Way back since last 40 years, we are against Pakistan for a simple reason that it is the Pakistan-sponsored terrorism that India is facing. Correct. And that's why we are against welcoming them on our land.
So it has been their stated policy. So suddenly after the Uri attack, when the national sentiment was against terrorism emanating from Pakistan, these political parties were already having this sentiment, but right under their very noses, they allowed all these releases to happen.
They have always
allowed, please Manisha Kayande, you know, in the last decade or so, it has happened. You have had so many Pakistani actors, so many Pakistani artists, so many musicians, all of them have come here and performed. You have not objected to all that. Suddenly, because the MNS gets active, oh my God, we are nationalists, we have to break down theatres, we have to make sure. The position was, you have to condemn terrorism, sir. The position here on Times Now has always been condemn terrorism. We have not said that you are not welcome. But if you don't condemn terrorism, then we will rethink. The position otherwise with certain bullies has always been, let's try and milk an opportunity when we get the opportunity. And that's what we are questioning. So that's not nationalism, that's opportunism.
No, in that case, don't you think the central government should stop issuing visas to these artists?
Correct. So let Raj Thackeray do his dharnas there, not intimidate, not intimidate fellow people, distributors, and not intimidate film stars.
This is exactly what we are expecting of the Chief Minister. This is exactly what we are expecting.
That's exactly what
we are expecting this from the central government. We are expecting this from the Chief Minister. I mean, why should anybody go? I mean, if good sense prevails on the government, I mean, the government itself should take care. I mean, okay, once we have decided, okay, Pakistan is a terrorist state, Pakistan is an enemy country. Once you call somebody is an enemy country, I mean, there should be a blanket ban. Nothing more to say.
Well, it's a neighbor country as well, Ms. Kayande.
Yes, it's a neighbor country. I mean, you cannot choose your neighbors, but you can have a policy.
Yes, you cannot choose your neighbors. But let me get in, Shaina NC. Let me ask her this question. The last time around Shaina NC, Devendra Fadnavis was asked questions about why did he actually get that meeting done with Raj Thackeray for Ae Dil Hai Mushkil. He said, did our governments not talk with separatists like Hurriyat or negotiate with Naxal groups for peace? Then holding discussions with a political party like Raj Thackeray through this is a comparatively minor issue. So are you actually now saying that the government should consult with Hurriyat? That's not the stated position of the BJP. The BJP does not call the Hurriyat an internal stakeholder. Now, are you going to compare the situation of actually getting in and consulting with Raj Thackeray as same as consulting with Hurriyat? Is that the level the BJP is going to bring its politics down to?
Firstly, Navika, as far as this issue is concerned, the question needs to be asked to Shah Rukh Khan whether he's a coward or he wants to succumb to some bully who doesn't even have the political clout to muster up any kind of failure.
But don't you see this as the absence of the government also, Ms. Shaina NC?
They're very, very clear. I'm answering your question.
It's absence of the government.
Let me answer
Why are
your
people
question.
turning around to
Our
bullies?
government-
It's because
Our
there seems to
government
be
is
no government.
Will you hear me out, please? The government is absolutely clear, whether it was in the past, where there was a Sudhinder Kulkarni program or a Ghulam Ali concert where there were legitimate permissions, the government stood by and gave absolute protection.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is,
we saw what happened to Sudhinder Kulkarni. Absolute protection. We saw what happened to Sudhinder Kulkarni. We saw what happened to Sudhinder Kulkarni. Absolute protection, Shaina NC. We saw what happened to Karan Johar.
Chronology of events. This happened before. The inking incident happened before. Despite that, we said at the event he will have full protection, and the government assured. Devendra Fadnavis delivered there too.
Yes, but then we saw later on what happened, what Pakistan did, and all the peace talks and all those NGOs and all the Sudhindra Kulkarni's NGOs, Research Foundation and Observer and all that. Then where were they after the Uri attack and Pathankot attack? Then there is no comment from them. So what happens to all those research NGOs?
Let me ask you
So
this.
Shiv Sena stand against Sudhindra Kulkarni was absolutely right.
When actors and filmmakers like Karan Johar and Shah Rukh Khan give so much importance to the bully Raj Thackeray, can tomorrow history not repeat itself as it did in 2008? Will he now have been encouraged to maybe stop North Indians from coming to Maharashtra, maybe stop Biharis to coming into Maharashtra, maybe, carry on anti-migrant drives in Maharashtra? Will we actually see an encouragement towards that kind of politics once again when a political party gets this kind of importance?
Clyde, question was to you.
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Yeah, the question was that this kind of bullying politics, which is being encouraged, is this a repeat of what we have already seen in the last decade? Anybody and everybody will start getting targeted, and they will think that they can go ahead and get away with this kind of bullying.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. You question me saying that what did your government do? I gave you instances where we have taken action. But the point here is the CM has to come out and give assurance to the film fraternity and to the people that I am with you. We are with you. We give you assurance that there'll be safety for your films. There'll be safety for people who go and watch the films. And at the same time, the central government, since there's always been an issue with Pakistan, bring a blanket ban. Don't allow these artists to come into India. Don't give them visas. If all these precedents are
What
set,
is the NCP's
all this
assurance
is laid
to
down.
its people? What is the NCP's assurance? Will you stand up against Raj Thackeray's goons?
Well, we cannot take law in our hands. We are law-abiding citizens. We are law-abiding party. We cannot take law in our hands. We also have to go to the law authority. We also have to go to the home minister. We also have to go to the police. We cannot take law in our hands. We don't believe in taking law in our hands. We are law-abiding. We will remain law-abiding.
But you remain law-abiding, but directly or indirectly you like bullies around.
Well, that's you're presuming
is that the case?
How can you think for me?
Because
No, you cannot think for me.
When the Congress NCP government was in power, there was a bully.
Well, bullies will be there, but you have to take care of them.
Two different kinds of bullying
care of them.
Who did their activities at different levels.
And
we took care of them. If you did take care of them, these incidences would not have happened.
No, you have got your perspective. I have got my perspective. But the proof is there to see in front of you.
If you did take care of them, these incidences would not have happened.
Then take a call. You cannot judge for yourself and take a call for yourself.
So we will see if how many more toll gates are damaged. We'll see how many more people from the Hindi film fraternity or otherwise approach bullies to pacify them even before they reach out to the government.
Unfortunate to call him a bully, please. It's unfortunate to call anybody a bully or
Correct,
their
but
party.
those who intimidate in the guise of nationalism, we don't have a better term. Rahul Easwar, please, if you can suggest a better term, please do that, because this is not nationalism. This is threat politics. This is intimidation. This is bullying. This is flexing your muscle unwantedly just because you can score some political brownies, which is unfortunate. The fact that this had to happen, and it was not the chief minister who was visited by the person who was releasing a movie, is unfortunate.
He was being inclusive and he was just doing the bridge building.
Thank you.
He was
Thank you.
sensitive.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul Easwar. And to all our panelists, thank you very much for joining us on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.